awaits me from my winter hell. I've got candles and candy, I can be your daddy if you only let me creep into your prison cell. Hey baby, can you tell I'm not a criminal? Your choice is seminal. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say, just find your way and try to stay true. Just speak low, stand in your row, try not to show this life's a show. Try not to glow way down below. It's a lot of woe, and that's not a place where you would like to go. I've got cigarettes and brandy, which could come in handy if you just help me loosen up my hand grenades fuse. Baby, don't refuse my truth, but it's up to you not to choose. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say, just find your way and try to stay true. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say, just find your way and try to stay true, 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 true.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Happy Saturday. I hope everybody's doing good. Let me bring Spicy Amy up. What up, Spicy Amy? Hi, what are you doing?
Hello. Nothing. Just sitting here waiting on reaching your intro. And it puts me in a trance.
Does it? I don't know if that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to spice it up.
No, it's a very good thing, but I mean, it's very spiced up. Like there's just always something that catches your eye. Fun fact though, from like my end on this streaming service, I can't hear the audio to it, but it still had me like entranced because every second there was like something else cool to look at.
Oh,
No.
wow. Hey, so
Mhm.
if you come in on this streaming service on your computer, I wonder if it's better.
I don't know. I should try that next time
Yeah,
I do
you
a live.
should,
I'm not
because
sure.
I think Streamlabs is really set up for a computer. It's not really for your phone like the way StreamYard is. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's ideal
Yeah.
for a computer.
It's just weird though that audio works for everything else. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's true. Huh.
I don't know.
Well, I hear your audio. I hear the crickets. We have the ambiance.
Yeah, sitting outside with my cotton candy lemonade.
Oh, look at you,
that I have
fancy
here.
pants. I'm drinking water.
Yeah. I got those little I got these new ice cube trays that make like the round ice cube,
Oh, look at you.
and they're so good.
Jade Raid, thank you guys. Thank you, thank you,
Hello.
thank
Thank you,
you.
Melissa.
Thanks, Melissa. You're the best, babe. I appreciate you. All right. So, here we are. This is it. This is the end of the road. Look, this is the I don't know if you got to see it. Where is it? Where is it at? Where is it at? Right here. This is the
I loved
whatchamacallit,
it.
the thumbnail. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. The end of the road.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I made the words end of the road like that. Doesn't you can't that there's no thing to do that. You have to make it. That was a bit tricky to do
Ooh,
the perspective correctly.
I bet that was
Yeah, it took me
tricky.
a minute. It's been a minute since I've been in art class and I had to remember, and all I can remember is if you're out there, Mr. Veal, this one's for you. So the way Mr. Veal would do it is the horizon would be in the middle of the page, right? And then you draw, and then he would have us have like this stick with two that laid in the middle of the page with two pieces of string on either end, and that's how you figured out perspective. So that's how
Mm.
you learn how to draw things far away and up close and get it all,
But
obviously the
would you
closer it is, it's bigger, the farther away it is, it's littler. Yeah. So
but
that's
what'd
for
you
you,
do
Mr. Veal.
with the font? How'd you stretch it like that?
Okay, so you go to Canva and there's an app in there and it's free. It's called Typecraft. So first you pick whatever font you want, and I'll say some fonts work better with Typecraft than other fonts. I always like Anton. Anton's my favorite, and you pull down it on the points
Oh,
based
okay. That's
on
cool.
yeah. So the easiest way to do it is to put first you start with the bottom, right, the road, and you add that, go ahead and add it to your thing, and that way you can see how it's gonna look. That way you can get the positioning and everything right.
That's
It's
so cool. But I know
yeah,
it wasn't easy. Like, it took some time to do it all, which is
it
awesome.
did. Well, thank you. I like to entertain you guys with my thumbnails. Also, for those of you guys who are following the Donna Adelson trial, the state has rested. Obviously, there will be no court on Monday because it's Labor Day, but that doesn't mean that we won't have court. I was thinking maybe we could just do like a look back at the trial and see what we think if the state has proven their case yet. I can't wait to talk to you guys about that because I watched, okay, just because I didn't go live and I was exhausted this week. Um, Friday morning, I woke up tired. I don't even know how you do that. Um,
I always
but I
wake up
did.
tired.
I was tired. My body said, yeah, you need to get it together, lady. Anyway, so but I did watch, and spoiler alert, y'all, they brought in the two jailhouse informants that said that Donna Adelson wrote a script for them. And then the state brought out a handwriting expert, and I was like, "Damn, Donna, what are you doing?" She offered an inmate in there a freaking grand piano. Now, this woman is incarcerated. What is she gonna do with the damn grand piano?
That's funny. Oh wow. I can't believe they've already rested.
Well, the defense is gonna put on a case.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that.
That means that the state will have a rebuttal case. What? Okay, so I've heard different rumors about Charlie Kelly, Lisa. I've heard that Charlie's actually a defense witness. That's one of the rumors that I've heard. I don't know what the deal is. I could have sworn that he was on the state's witness list, but yeah, I don't know what they're going to get Charlie up there to do. I can't imagine that he's going through appeals. He can't say anything.
I just want to say, like, you guys
Yes.
talking about cotton candy ice cream in the chat. That's Bentley's
Oh,
favorite. It's so
oh.
good. Do you like cotton candy ice cream?
I've never had cotton candy ice cream,
Oh,
but as a
you have to
rule,
try it.
I love cotton candy.
Ooh, okay. You would love it then. We got to get you some. We got to get you on that because it's really good. I like the milkshakes too, but like Baskin Robbins has one, and
Oh,
then Bluebell I think has one, but it's in my like grocery store in the ice cream section. But
Ooh, I'll have to check it out. So Callie Lisa says no, he can't be a defense witness because they won't give him immunity, so he's a state's witness. I don't think the state's given him immunity either, babe. In fact, Catherine McBanois got hauled her cookies up there in two trials. Her first trial was Charlie's. Her second trial is Donna's, and she has no immunity. So I I've heard different rumors. If he's a state witness, I don't think they intend to use him. I think the most likely explanation for him being a state's oh, they've given him. I'll have to look that up because I haven't seen anything about that, and I feel like I would have paid attention to that. That doesn't mean that it's not. It just means I haven't seen it. So I feel like if I'd have seen it, I'd have remembered. So I will definitely look into that. Um, on I know that they've given Wendy immunity, but I've not heard anything about Charlie. So I'm definitely going to look into that. All right. So now for your work, let's talk about what y'all came here for. These are the last calls with Tisha. How you feeling about this, Allie? These last calls?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I honestly, I'm a little sad, because I love these. Like I told you, like we talk about such heavy stuff talking about true crime, but it's been like a way to do like a psychological interesting study, right? Like it's been like looking into the mind of this person has been so interesting, and it kind of brings that, like, it tickles that part of my true crime fancy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Yeah, but it's like we were still able to laugh and kind of, I don't know. I will miss it, but also I can't wait for her to be forgotten about because she thinks that she is just so important. So
She does. She does. Now, I did see in the comments, and now I can't, it's kind of way up there, so I'm not exactly sure who said it, but they're very curious how new Amy and Leticia met. Okay, I have a different theory than I had before. So I was scrolling through phone calls from prison, okay, and it's an Aunt B call, and Aunt B is telling Leticia all about what Amy Lang has done. And Leticia's like, I already know somebody wrote that. Did you, Angel, something? Okay, something. But so Leticia is explaining to Aunt B that she had a friend who wrote her and told her all about it. Now, we know that new Amy loves to snitch. So I'm kind of curious if that is how they met. If new Amy wrote to Leticia to snitch on old Amy.
it's definitely possible. That's interesting. She had to have wrote her at some time, right? Because they met while
Yeah.
she's been in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
very interesting. But yeah, I don't know. Who that would mean she had to be listening, right? And she would know the details of everything, which she must anyway. And that just makes me sick.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't, yeah. Ugh. Okay. Also, I want to talk to you guys before we get started about the calls. But before I do that, I meant to say thank you to Curious Christine. Thank you, babe. Thank you, Curious Christine, for being a member for 12 months. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you. Thank you for supporting me in the channel. I appreciate that so much. Okay. There's a couple of, in the last two sets of calls, I edited out parts. Okay. The part that in the first set of calls that I edited out, the reason I edited out the part that I edited is because it's not just Leticia. And I thought about whether I was going to say this or not, but I decided I'm going to. I mean, I'm a big proponent of mentioning it all. So I think if Leticia, if new Amy wants to mention it all inaccurately as it is, but whatever, I'll mention it all too. Leticia and new Amy are talking about transgenders, and they're talking about transgenders and in the prison. Okay. And the way that they both speak about transgender is ignorant, offensive, and disgusting and degrading. And I didn't want it on my channel. I'm never going to put it out. But I want everybody to understand why I did it. I edited it out because I don't want that kind of talk on my channel. And I sat here at this desk in this chair for like, I don't know, 45 minutes trying to figure out how I was going to handle that part. Because when I heard it, I was so angry when I heard it. I was like, I needed to take a
Wait,
moment.
so you just clipped out that part of the call, or
I
was
did.
it
I clipped. It was a substantial part. It's about, I don't know, 7-8 minutes of them.
right? Hey, I don't blame you. I mean, I clipped out a part about them talking about somebody self-harming because I felt the same way when I heard it. I was like, oh my God, I just couldn't think about like you guys that watch, like having to listen to that. Like, and you know what I mean? I don't know. It was just not good. So
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
It was very offensive, and I am the least pearl clutchingest person I know. You really got to get up and work real hard to really offend me. But I just felt like the stuff that they were saying, I just absolutely did not want that on my channel at all.
Like, what were they saying though? Can you give us like a
they were saying, how do I put this? You know, some of them really do look like women, but they're not women. And then it got kind of, yeah, and then the new Amy was like co-signing what she was saying, but then she also said, and you know, I know that I'm part of the community and I shouldn't, but this is, you know, she was like, they were talking about how there's only two genders, and it's just, I don't understand why they're housed in here with us, and it's not safe. And it is, listen, I'm not saying that aren't that these are not issues that need to be discussed. It's not that that I don't think they need to be talked or anything. Or those kind of conversations don't need to be had. They do need to be had, but not the way that they were.
Yeah.
Not the way they were. And I wasn't going to do that. The second conversation I cut out, which was, I cut it out because quite frankly, it was offensive to me, just me personally. Okay. They were talking about immigration status. It started out about, you know, they were talking about a girl in there that had made a racial slur with the N word. Okay. And Leticia was talking about, you know, she said something like there's a bunch of Dominicans working in the prison and just wait until Trump finds out. And you know how that went. Okay. First of all, you know, okay. I just want to put this like this. I am a Mexican, and what offends me might not offend another Mexican, might not offend another Latino or Latina. Okay. I don't speak for every Latino or Latina. I speak for this one. That's it. And I didn't want it on my channel because I felt like first of all, it was a lot of political talk, and I don't want that on my channel. If I wanted to talk politics, I would create a channel that's about politics. And I just didn't want a debate in the comment section that I would have to watch. And because I don't want to talk about politics. My policy is, my name's Paul. That's between y'all. I don't care who you vote for as long as you vote. That's it. That's all. I don't like to talk about it. I don't like to talk about politics. I don't like to talk about religion. And they were talking about both. And at the same time. And it was pissing me off. And I didn't want it on my channel, so I cut it out. That's it. That's all.
Hey, whatever.
You guys know that.
You know, it's up to you. I understand. I like for me, I don't mind those kind of conversations, but it's hard to have like a chance, like you said in the comment section, what would happen
Yeah,
after and during it. It's really hard to have that and keep it like with people being respectful to each other and with
right,
things not going to a level you just don't want to deal with or have on your channel. So I don't blame you for that
right.
at
I
all.
thank you. I thank you. Thank you. You can talk about Jesus, Sally. Here's the deal, okay? I respect everybody's religion. All right? So I don't care if you talk about Jesus. I'm not going to talk about Jesus. That's it. That's all. So if this isn't the channel for you, then this isn't the channel for you. It's true crime.
Yeah, this is true
Okay.
crime. It shouldn't be a political or religious debate. People don't come here to argue with each other about that stuff. They come here because they want to talk about the cases. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So,
Exactly. I just don't talk about it, okay? Because my relationship, my religious views or my spirituality is between is just not for public display. That's it. That's all. And it always causes conflict. It always causes an issue. So
yeah,
I respect everybody's religion.
that's the
That's it.
thing.
That's
And
all.
that's why it's hard to.
That's where it gets exactly, Allie. Go ahead, babe. Sorry.
No, no, you, I know that we're like on the same page with this. That's where it gets hard because you want to keep it respectful towards every religion. And uh, it just that's rare that those conversations keep it respectful towards everybody and to be,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. So that's all I wanted to say. I just, that is that it is what it is. And everybody is entitled to feel how they feel. And maybe this isn't the channel for some people. That's cool too. It is what it is.
right.
All right, so let's get here to talk about what we actually came to talk about. All right. So in this conversation, we're going to talk, Leticia's going to talk to new Amy about optimism and the devil. The devil is harassing her, and we're just going to let it play because she's also going to talk about what she hopes to get from the Kansas City lawsuit. Okay, because has said she is not dropping that. All right, so here we go.
Settled. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, I hope so too. Like I'm not as optimistic. I feel like
I try to be.
I feel like it's just one of those things, man. The more you try to like praise God and the more you stay close to God, I swear the devil, he just constantly stays on you. Like he just doesn't leave you alone.
That's why I try to stay optimistic. I'm trying to fight that.
'Cause I'd be like,
I'm trying to avoid it.
I'd be like, can you hurry up and down him up? You lock him away and throw away the key because he's getting on my nerves.
Right?
So the devil is getting on her nerves, but Leticia, by the way, we've already bound her up, locked her up, and thrown away the key. That's why your ass in prison, you demon.
That's why I try to avoid that. And then I try to stay optimistic to fool them.
Right here. Nothing. Look, I'm not ready to optimistic. Because I know the devil, he roars around like a lion. He sees me and he's like, I tell you, he sees me and he's like, oh, there she is. Let me think what I can harass her with today. And I'll be like, leave me alone. You just don't.
See how special Tisha is? She thinks that the devil just recognizes her. That's because y'all are friends, ho.
For sure. 'Cause you ain't the devil yourself.
Exactly. Right? Like you ain't the devil's sister. Here we go. I'd be like, leave me alone. Devil's harassing her, y'all. YouTube and the devil, they're harassing Leticia.
Leave me alone. I don't understand it.
I don't either. Trying to play with you. Try to play with all of us. So that's why I try to, be positive. I try to be positive for the both of us, even though you're not always. But I try to. See, I was positive that you were gonna move. I kept saying I have a feeling you're gonna move, and you did.
Well, that was almost a given at that point because she said you're doing too much.
I know.
They haven't been gone too before this whole thing came down too a bit. Because now they're talking about private stuff.
Apparently,
You're cutting out.
the devil, the demon is in the room and messing up the electronics. Tisha, back up off the mic. That's the problem. She gets it's like she's eating the tablet when she talks, and that's why these calls are so terrible.
Oh my God, I know. It sucks. And remember, this is also what she tells Amy as her excuse, like Amy's her real name, as her excuse why they don't talk as much anymore.
Yeah, I just can't. Well, what happened, Leticia? How come it is you're in a better part of the prison, according to you, but all of the sudden, the reception, I can't hear you.
Really?
So she don't want to talk to you, new Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to file a motion and they're going to say this is moot because they're going to be like, Colorado came and picked her up, so this stuff don't apply anymore. So I'm going to have to file motions back and say, no, I done went through all this pain and suffering. Absolutely not.
That's exactly.
All right. Now, this is the part that really made me mad. And this is why we have the lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch. Because all of her pain and suffering. Is she for real right now?
Mm.
Is she for real?
Yeah, she actually is. That's the part.
Her pain and
actually is.
suffering. Her pain and suffering.
I like that line. I like that picture.
Thank you. I didn't make it. I got it off of Google. But I want you guys to know, I do not just take the first image I see. I ponder it. So don't, there was thought that went into this, just so you know. Like, that's what irritates me. And see, when she says things like this, my pain and suffering, even though these calls really are not about the case, because at this point, the case is over, especially in this time period. She's gone to trial. She's had a fair trial. She's been judged guilty and she's been sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. So it's not really about the case, these calls. But when she says things like this, it's like, are you even aware of why you're in prison? Like,
yeah.
And you want to talk about your suffering. What about Gannon? What about what you did to Gannon? What about what your crime will do for the rest of Al's life, Landon's life, Lena's life, everybody that loved and cared about Gannon? What about that? You selfish ass bitch. Sorry.
No, I was interrupting you. I'm sorry, but that's the thing about people like this, like that they're just so lost in their own delusion or in their own la la land. Their perspective is so hard to understand or to see. And I think that's part of what makes her fascinating, because you hear some of the shit she says and you see the things she does and you're like, what? Like, how? I don't know. You just don't understand how somebody can like have the perspective that she often has. And yeah, it just makes me think of people that I know personally that are kind of like narcissistic or head in the clouds, that are just living in their own Lulu, like the Lulu la la land, whatever, delusional la la land. I can't get my mouth to work. But you know what I mean? Like, some people are like that.
Just completely, just completely ridiculous thinking, and then so I can understand. I get that people have that kind of thinking. What I cannot understand is somebody else on the phone with them just being like, yeah, it's terrible what had happened to you.
I know.
Oh, thank you, Eva says. Eve said,
Feeding into it.
how do I say that? Is that doesn't sound right? Let me see. Let me look at this. Eva says? Eva says? I don't, you have to, can you write, when you get to this part, will you, like, write your name phonetically so that I can figure out how to say it? Because I don't want to say it wrong. And I'm literate, I promise. I just, I don't understand how, like, Kelly can sit on the phone with her, like, I don't know if these people think that, um, when they I need to stop looking at the chat and saying people's names while looking at the chat. I'm sorry. I don't understand how new Amy can sit here and say, "Yeah, you are oppressed. They was a mean to you. It's
Uh-huh.
terrible how you were treated." Like, does new Amy, like, is she trying to be like, what is that movie with Sean Penn and Susan Sarandon? Is it Dead Man Walking?
Oh
Where
God,
the
don't ask
where the
me, Jen.
Catholic where the
You know
Catholic
better than
the
ask the
Catholic
chat.
nun comes in and ministers to him, but she's doesn't like take his crap and says, hey, you gotta atone, you gotta admit what you did and all of that stuff. Do you think that's what you're doing here, new Amy? For real?
It's Eve's, Arizona.
Eve's, Arizona. That makes more sense.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I don't know. It's feeding into her delusions. Like Lil Red said, she's only delusional or whatever in trial. No, she's delusional now to the fact that she is so self-absorbed and obsessed with her own self and stuck in her own way of thinking. Listen to her. Like, and this girl is like feeding into it. It's just like
Yeah.
creating a monster type thing.
I mean, that's what I don't understand. Allie and I are friends. I keep wanting to call you Spicy Amy. Allie and I are friends. That does not mean that we agree on everything. And when I disagree with Allie, I tell her. When she disagrees with me, she tells me that she disagrees. No, I was looking at chat, Kimberly. I have a problem. I'm very distracted today. I have like a million things that I'm trying to work on at the same time, and I'm very distracted. So it's my fault. No, no, no. Um, and I knew as soon as that came out, I was like, oh God, people are going to think that. So I want to explain that to you. No, I'm looking at the chat and reading and not.
It's really hard to do that.
I'm
Like,
doing too much, is what it is.
yeah, I
So,
have a hard time with it too, except like I do it a little differently to where like I'll like zone into the chat and I do not hear. You know what I mean? Or I'll
yes,
zone in like it's a problem. It's
I
hard. People
it's
don't
hard.
understand. It's
That
hard.
people don't understand the ADHD brain, really. And that's what it is. Because I want to watch what the chat is saying. I want to say what I need to say. I want to hear what Allie's going to say. And it's too much for my brain sometimes.
Yeah. Look, what are you saying? Says the part of her brain that feels empathy or regret is void, but the self grand I can't think yeah, her
grandizing.
grandiose way of part of her brain is wide awake. I
No,
cannot say it.
completely awake. That thing never goes to sleep.
No.
Ever. Ever. All right, let's keep going. I just want to play a few things a little bit here and there.
What I thought too, that they're gonna play that. Well, she got what she wanted, and you never stated what you wanted, and this is what you got. Injunction relief. Like man.
Yep.
So, I have a feeling that too. But no.
Well, here's the thing.
Oh,
That's
God,
what I
here's
told
the thing.
Colorado, though. Like, I just told Colorado, basically make it right. Like, you sent me so crazy for this place. And you sent me to where I was so sick, literally all the time. And then they weren't doing medical care, and they weren't doing this. I couldn't do the law library. I couldn't do this. And it was all a violation, and basically, like, make it right. And that's all from them, that's all I asked them to do, whether, I say here or whatever. Just make it right. Don't send me somewhere that I can't pull up my own case log, that I couldn't work with my attorney, that even my attorney messaged you guys and told you that he couldn't get.
That's a lie. What's the truth about that, Allie, with the whole attorney thing? Wasn't it that she didn't actually fill out the paperwork correctly to add her attorney?
it was something like that. Yeah, it was her mistake. She didn't do what she was supposed to do. Something
Right.
like that, but I
And
can't
maybe
remember
her
100%
attorney did
clearly.
message the prison. But at the end of the day, it turns out it was user error, Tisha,
Yes, I
not
think they
everybody
actually might
else.
have as well, or something about that. That's how they had, like, that's the only way they were able to get on her thing. Or maybe that's just in my brain from reading her freaking filings in that lawsuit as well. So I don't know, actually.
I mean,
Just don't ask
but
me.
it's never her fault, ever.
No.
And then she has the audacity to go to Colorado and make it right. That leaves making it right is wide open for interpretation, Leticia. I hope you know that.
I was zoned out on the chat, so I didn't even hear exactly what she said. I see Lil Red said, no, she's lying, remember. And yeah, so I didn't even hear exactly what she tried to say happened.
Oh, okay. She said that she didn't have access to the law library, and even her own attorney
Well,
couldn't contact. Here, I'll
she,
rewind it a little bit so you can hear it.
she did, and there's something though, she did have access to the law library, but she's in a different state. And
Right.
it was something about that too that played a part in all of this. But okay.
Yeah, but I think yeah.
Like the stuff that was available to her was only for where she was at, and they were trying to get, I don't know, get something like they were going to try to accommodate, but I can't remember exactly. Maybe Lil Red, you can help me.
Help.
Yeah.
All right, here you go.
Just make it right. Don't send me somewhere that I can't pull up my own case log, but I couldn't work with my attorney. That even my attorney messaged you guys and told you that he couldn't get me information because Kansas was basically bullshitting, and you still didn't do anything. Like,
somewhat
right.
true, but somewhat not.
Well, she's saying that her attorney couldn't work with her. Her attorney would have access to all of that. If I remember right, she couldn't. She's no, not that. No, Lil Red. She's talking about her appellate attorney.
Yeah.
That her appellate attorney couldn't, could not speak to her. And the way that I remember that is that it's because Leticia did not fill out the paperwork to had him to her visit, as an attorney. Like she didn't do it correctly. And so they were not recognizing that person as an attorney because she didn't designate him as an attorney correctly.
You're right, because I remember she had this claim about not being able to speak with him, and when they answered, and that was kind of their answer almost every time, well, she always misses a step or doesn't do something right or doesn't do it the way she's supposed to.
Exactly.
But the attorney, I do believe they did end up contacting the prison, and that's how they got on the list, if I'm not mistaken. But so it's somewhat true, but somewhat
right.
bullshit.
But again, it's not because they didn't allow it. It's because she didn't do something right in the first place and then lied to her attorney and was like, they're not letting me talk to you. I don't even know how you know this because I'm talking to you right now, but they don't let me talk to you.
Probably knew Amy, but there was something else
that's true.
too
She
about
does talk to new Amy. I forgot about that.
Yeah, there was something though where she couldn't pull up. I remember in their response because they were like, they don't have the Colorado statutes, like all the laws, like whatever in their law library. They didn't have what she needed either, but they were going to accommodate her. But
because she talks about that later on in this one. I guess there's not one law library in Kansas where she was at. There's like two parts to it. And she only had access to a certain part because of her housing designation. And she's going to go into it. Let's just hear all of the woes.
Kansas goes, but Colorado made that way, so it's whatever.
I'm going to let this play for a minute. I'll be right back, okay?
No, that's bullshit. I thought about that because I said it to God, and I've said, God, I don't like doing all this court stuff and this and that and other. And so I said, I'm going to file that motion for Colorado court that he dropped. But as far as the Kansas goes, and I thought about it more and more and more and more, I'm like, no, I actually went through that there. They were screwing with me. This wasn't no game, to them it was a game. But I had to do all that and get treated like that. At the end of the day, had they not done me like that and just when I got there, housed separately, and then, you know, don't mess and then they could, if they would house me appropriately, I could have been in an area where I could have attempted to get access to Colorado courts because they have a better law library section or whatever. They could have either sent a bunch of materials there or CDs, you know, with documents on there or something. They could have did all that, and everything would have been worked out fine. You know, I would have told these circumstances. But no, you stick me there with them predators and showers and shit like that, and over there with the mold and no Colorado law and all that. So no, like, I'm not going to let that by. I thought about it, and I waited on it and slept on it, and I was like, no, I do. And immediately it hit me about, you know, make sure you file your paperwork from Colorado to drop that thing against them. But I kept being uneasy about the other situation, and oh my God, what should I do? What should I do? But it has been on me about that because God knows that's how they did me. So it ain't like, you know, I feel like they need to have some sort of consequence for what they did.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, they had you housed and basically where you weren't even supposed to be the whole time. They pulled you in there and you weren't even getting in trouble.
How do you know,
You.
New Amy? How do you know what they did?
It seemed like I was just this crazy person, but I get here and everything's fine. They're looking at me like, "Are you okay?" Yes, I'm okay. You guys had me in some crazy ass place. Yeah, leave me alone.
But you were dramatized in there though for the way they were treating you in there. Now you're where you're supposed to be, in a space where you're supposed to be. You know what I mean? They tortured you there.
They tortured you there.
So yeah. I feel like the last thing Colorado needs to do is to make it right to get my shit. Call down there. The combat office needs to call them. Like, yes, we sent her there. How do we get her shit back? Get it back. And then they need to make it right and give me my property from there and not try to take it all because, like I said, you sent me there. I spent money there getting stuff. So I don't understand, you know? Don't take all my thermals and all that. I should be able to keep them here. Just because they came from Kansas, it shouldn't matter. You got to send me there. So I had to spend all that money there. You know, you're already going to take the open stuff. So give me the rest of the stuff. My TV takes them here, so that shouldn't be an issue. I'm like, that way we don't have to deal with it anymore, and I can just wait on this court stuff, you know?
Well, you lost your one case, too, from that being in there.
Yeah, and that one I had an actual valid case on. Because
right.
I was an actual pre-child detaining, and like I nearly sat there in El Paso County Jail with like no human contact for freaking going to 13 months for no human contact for nothing, and I wanted to be detained.
I wanted to pause because I wanted Spicy Amy over here to be able to fully express her outrage because I heard her, oh my God. So the floor is yours, Spicy Amy.
First of all, they treated you like you were crazy because you acted like a crazy person. You know, look at my painting on the wall of blood while I have no injuries and things like that. Walking around naked and doing dances and stretches and baseball moves and oh my God.
Yeah, look what you did. See?
Kick the dog ball across the place.
Spicy Amy's had enough.
I'm moving around.
Let's play this for Spicy Amy. This one's for you, Spicy Amy. This is from Spicy Amy to Tisha.
No, you shut up! Don't talk to me! Don't talk to me, criminal!
Not me sitting here talking about her kicking and twirling and kicking while I'm doing it. Anyways, that's just fucking ridiculous. And then Amy, they tortured you there. How do you know?
Right. How do you, and let me just say this, okay, Tisha, that's why Maria Sanchez had to enter the chat because, you know, we ain't forgotten. Now, you might forget about all the crap that you pulled, but we have not. You literally told people that you lost a year. You had gone back in time to before 2020. You were in 2019. You were in 2019 because you were sleepwalking. How you sleepwalk in a 5x5 prison cell, I will never know. But you did and injured yourself. And that's where some of my pictures from my thumbnails come from, is you in the turtle suit showing the
same.
non-injury injury to your head. Okay. And then you were summoning the Volturi that were taking your intestines. They took your
organ
liver.
harvested.
You know, they were doing all manner of things. You were at Hogwarts school for witchcraft and wizardry and flunked out, or I don't know, maybe you just quit. I don't know. And then you all of a sudden decided, I'm going to be a vampire. You know, you were drinking blood, all the things.
You
Okay.
found 50,000 freaking whatever kites. You wrote 50,000 kites.
You authored those kites like your Google searches, Leticia.
Oh my
Stop playing with
God.
these people.
It was so bad. And don't forget, you also got in trouble along the way for doing shit like taking the screws out of your toilet, out of your door, toilet talking, like just basically constantly raising hell, lying about being on a kosher diet while then bragging to an officer about the dessert you were about to make that wasn't kosher
At all.
Yeah.
Or how about your escape attempt where you wrote a letter to
Yes.
Harley and you
Yes.
measured the broomstick?
And the threats and the peanut butter too.
Oh,
It
yeah.
reminds me of that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why they kept your ass away from people, Leticia. The other reason they kept your ass away from people is because they tried to let you be around people and then you started flinging poo at them.
Yeah,
Poo
that as
water.
well. And it's pretty crazy that you can do requests on other inmates like Chris Watts or people who have been in there for a long time and get back, or her prison record, get back like 100 pages. Her jail records were 3,000 pages, and we read through each and every page of it. 3,000 pages.
3,000 pages, Tisha. For nothing.
God.
It's always for nothing. She talks like a teenager.
Yeah.
My kids used to tell me that all the time. Why are you upset? For nothing. This is for nothing.
Yeah, you're right.
Are you kidding me? I got called down to the school for a full donkey barbecue because you're not participating in class. I had to sit in a circle of desks like I was back in middle school again because you're not taking notes, and it was greatly distressing your teachers. That did happen. That is a true story.
Oh, I got called by the teacher last week too, for 2 kids. Yes. One was cheating, and one little girl got caught cheating, and then the little boy was saying bad words.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah. How about this? Putting 32 Jolly Ranchers in your mouth at one time. I mean, come on. Stop playing.
Yeah.
For nothing. For no reason.
It's like a teenager.
It's like a kid. It's ridiculous, man. All right, here we go.
That is crazy.
It's
Yeah,
crazy
the way
that
you've been treated.
Shut up.
it's
Shut up,
like-
new Amy.
that's
Shut
why
up.
I was
Oh, crap. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I went too far. Hold on.
I typically pace as I'm like talking or what. Like I'm not a big person on just sitting down and sitting still. I don't even like to move around. My body does that. And I just can't get over that I freaking was sitting here doing the moves I pictured her doing in her cell, and I kicked the dog bowl across the porch, which thankfully it was empty and I didn't waste a bunch of water, because I get annoyed when the water gets wasted because I like to give him spring water. But
I'm
anyway.
listening to you. I'm just I'm gonna mute it so I can get back to where we were. I can't believe Tisha got
I just fixed it back.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey, Melissa, you're back.
Hey,
I didn't,
Melissa.
or maybe you never left and you've just been quiet.
Hey,
How did I say
hey.
water?
Hey, MJ, you want to come up here with us? You want me to send you the link? Go out with a bang. Are you busy? Do you have a moment? Would you like to come up? Because we'd love to have you
On the last one.
on the last one.
And then Kelly said, I'm up to 16 nerd clusters at once. Can you guys?
Oh my God.
Neat. I think you're right. I think that feeling you have is probably right. And I'm not happy about it. She said the teachers are going to have my number memorized.
The child that I got called the most frequently was my youngest son. And let me just say this, they have a meme out there that says like, oh, cool. Okay. Let me, hold on a minute. Let me, copy
Yay.
this link. I'm going to send it in the group chat because if I ever send it in the text, it doesn't come out right. So I'll send it to you.
Kimberly said Allie's over there doing a Leticia interpretive dance. Interpretive dance.
Oh my gosh.
She stresses me out. Oh, I can't wait to tell Melissa about the thing we are going to talk about in a second. They mentioned I can't believe they didn't have to do all of them. I don't want to give it away. Bindi.
Yeah.
We got to tell Melissa about how she had all of her teeth pulled.
Oh yes.
We got to hear that part. Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry, MJ. I'm sorry.
I don't go there no more. Lucky, I love you.
Okay. I had an important thing to say too, but now I forgot. Getting back. Oh, shut up, New Amy. There was something that was coming after that. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you guys. Okay. So you know how they make that meme about the second kid? That ain't no joke. Okay. You got to watch out for that second kid. That second kid does not give a single F. Okay. My second child, my youngest son, is the one that Melissa J joined. My youngest son is the one that was that kid didn't give a rat's fat kneecap about nothing. If you told that kid the stove is hot, he'd touch it anyway. If you told that kid you don't need to take apart every single remote control car, they all are the same on the inside, that did not matter. 2 days after Christmas, every single one was taken apart to see how the inside worked. That second kid not giving a fuck is no joke. It's serious.
But that's really good because he has a fascination of how it works,
I'm glad you're half full about that. You didn't step on those insides with your bare feet.
That's
Worse
true.
than a fucking Lego.
Dude, I'm so glad you came up, Melissa, because our last calls ever, and it's been a damn journey. And did you know that Tisha had all of her teeth pulled?
You had said that the last time, but I don't believe it.
All right, well, I think Jen has a clip that they're going to talk about.
I do have a clip of it. I do have a clip. So basically, this is the end of this call. She's, basically like bemoaning and, oh, they were so mean to me and all the things. And then this next one we're going to play, or I'm going to play, is just a little quickie where, no good deed goes unpunished. I just want this person to know this because they sent Leticia things. They sent money. They used to come in our chat. And this is how Tisha really feels about you. Okay. Notice the dating game. Here's Leticia. Let me get my pointer out. Obviously, here's Tisha. Okay. Rodney Alcoa is over here. This is from the Netflix one. It's not the real Rodney Alcoa, but you guys take my point. So I put this little thing together because this is bachelor number 1, or maybe number 2. I don't even know at this point, maybe number 3, but this is how Tisha feels about you, bro. Here we go.
like you believe in me. I'm back. And I'm like, oh no.
Oh my God.
It's just something's wrong with him. He's just doesn't talk about still here. Hope you're having a good day. I ain't going nowhere.
That's it's like, bye. I wouldn't even message him back at all. It seems like you guys should like be able to send like already automatically on there, like when you hit like block, like he's just, you know, it should be like a request and they should just block it, you know, make it easier.
You got it right,
But yeah,
here.
you know, and it's like you're gonna keep.
This was the 23rd. He goes, you know, I still have my video visit set up. I expect you to be there. Well, I wasn't there, so too bad.
Right.
Where is it at? You got to hear this part. It is so crazy. Hold on. Where is it at? There's so many came in. I can't even like from him. I can't figure it out here.
Oh, she's gotten so many messages from him, huh? Sorry.
Yes, so many. He bombards her with messages. She's about to call him crazy.
Wait, this is a guy? This is a guy that she's talking to?
Well,
Yeah.
okay. So whenever she first got to the Colorado jail, okay, this guy found her and he wrote her immediately and added himself and requested to add himself to the visitors list as her boyfriend. And he's come. It is Harley. There's nothing I can do about the audio, babe. It is what it is. This is Tisha has no phone etiquette, so I can't help the audio. I've tried to I fix it as much as I can, but if I mess with it too much, then it's really bad. But anyway, so he's been writing her, but he used to come in the chat. And
What?
Yes, MJ. He used to come in the chat. I don't know where he went. I wish he'd come back because
What's his name? Do we know? Wait, do we say his name?
well, I can't remember what he comes in under. Shane, wasn't it?
It was, and that is not what he went by with her. But listen, we know it was him because when Leticia started describing him the first time she's telling new Amy about him, he puts in the chat that he sent her a picture of his dog. And then like 2 minutes later or a minute later, she's like, yeah, and he sent me a picture of his dog. So we know that it really was him. But yeah.
The demon's back, Allie.
Wait, the Shane that would come into my chat too?
I don't know. I've never seen him in there, but I haven't paid attention.
You never know. You never know.
I don't know. It makes me think he was. Should I refresh?
Yes. Do you hear it, Melissa?
Yeah. It sounds like farts.
It sounds like the spirit box is behind her.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, he came in and he was talking, and he would say, "Oh, she's talked about him a few times, but this is the worst that she's ever talked about him." So I felt like I should make a little, thing, and
No way.
yeah,
They're saying yes, it's him. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I remember Shane.
Yeah. He was in here. Yes, MJ, he was in here the night that you and I and Allie were talking shit in response to the shit that was talked.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Oh my God, I wish you could hear my backstage. It says Spicy Amy, not to be confused with new Amy. Oh my God, I'm done.
Not to be confused with thing 1 or thing 2. It turned out we're all Amy, okay?
We're all Amy. We are many. We are legion. Yeah. So she's going to talk all this kind of shit. Now, pay attention to new Amy because new Amy is about to get her nose all out of joint about this, about bachelor number 3 over here. Okay. Oh my God.
Giggles for me.
Oh my God. Look how I did good putting her in this chair.
You
I'm kind of
did.
proud of myself.
It's so. I was thinking it reminds me of my Brady Bunch, but like so much better. The quality is so much better.
I literally thought it was your Brady Bunch when it
Yeah,
first switched on, and then I was like, oh, it's a dating game.
it's because it's the same like little cutout of her, but it's much better quality.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
show
her
you.
first appearance.
I'll show
Yeah.
you. I'll show you. I'll help you do this. You can do it too. I'll teach you the ways. I promise.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Right? Okay, talking normal talk. And then goes, did you get anything there good to eat? Is there anything going on in there more than mentally? And I'm like, what is he talking about more than mentally? I don't got mental problems. But anyway,
Right?
he says, I can't believe that.
Well, hallelujah. She's been cured from her dissociative identity disorder. It's a freaking miracle.
I never.
Isn't that amazing?
She's offended that people think she has mental problems. What is like? You are offended, yet that's what you told the world. It's just fucking
Yeah.
bonkers.
Yeah. Yes, you are indignant. After you. Oh, what are these? Oh. Oh.
Ooh,
Oh,
what you
you
got?
guys, I got Allie and Melissa, they got cotton candy, 5-hour energy.
Ooh,
That doesn't
Yeah.
appeal to me, but I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
the cotton
And they
candy
have,
appeal.
and that, yeah, the cotton candy appeals to me. And then there's another one. This one's just called transfusion. My hubby likes to bring me, new flavors of 5-hour just in case, just for me to try. Isn't he sweet?
That is so sweet.
Transfusion. We're gonna replace your blood with this energy drink.
Yeah, called transfusion.
I'm using a meat grinder to make a milkshake because my ice cream's too hard.
How?
What?
I know.
I'd turn
I
on my
love bringing.
camera, but like too embarrassed. Like a meat grinder, like to chop up your meat.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
like my ice cream is too hard, so I'm using it to
Why don't you
push
just
down.
I heard the force in your voice when you.
Yeah. I don't
Look,
have no hubby to bring me already made milkshake. I work hard for mine.
Patricia, right here. He's right here. This is look, I can't use the still from the actual dating game. It's copyrighted, okay? But it came from a GIF on Tenor, so it's not copyrighted. You can use it. So it's the remake it's the dramatization from the Netflix one. The Netflix movie
With
about it.
Anna. Yeah, with
Yeah, Anna
yeah.
Kendrick. Mhm.
Yeah.
I love the
Yes.
colors. Like it's like real. I don't know, 70s
It
vibe.
is 70s. It happened in the 70s.
Didn't know that, but I can tell by looking. But
Then you did perfect.
But can we talk about for just a second, what is it with these killers going on game shows? You got Rodney Akala on The Dating Game, Lori Vallow on Wheel of
Wheel of
Fortune,
Fortune. Yeah.
Wendy Adelson was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
me neither.
and Donna Adelson was also on Wheel of Fortune.
Oh wow, interesting.
Oh, also, Lori Vallow was in an episode of oh my God, what is it? It's the one with Sofia Vergara. What is that called? That's a TV show on ABC. They went to Disney World.
The God.
Help!
Hair.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I know it, but like I know what show you're talking about, but I don't know the name of it. 'Cause I
Somebody in
didn't
the
watch
chat
it.
will tell us.
I
Also,
know.
Sarah Boone was on a game show on Nickelodeon.
Yeah. She didn't get slimed though, so it doesn't count.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She didn't. Yeah. Okay. So let's keep going. All right. She's going to talk shit, and then New Amy is going to join in because New Amy's jealous.
Your discovery was so big that a printer really couldn't print all the pages at one time without breaking the printer.
What?
Tell Aunt Brenda to call me.
Oh, God, man. Okay, he's
I
not
wanted
answering.
I wanted to hear your voice because my mom's from North Carolina. And see what she thinks.
Wait, he said tell him.
Yes.
That's funny.
Modern Family. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He
It's
messaged
isn't
Tisha
it
and said,
funny?
tell Aunt Brenda to call
Yeah.
me.
Have Aunt B give me a ring.
Oh, God.
Ah.
Oh,
Whew.
Was he
Yeah.
really attracted to her?
I feel like he was playing a game, honestly. I
yes.
do. I do think
Well,
he was playing games.
he told her she was, another thing he said to her, she got all pissed about and told New Amy was, you're just my type. I like my girls kind of fluffy or something like that, or kind of thick or chunky. And they were like, Tisha's like, I don't know what this thing is with my weight. And then they get into, they make fun of and laugh at you because of your
Oh,
weight. And it's like, no, we were laughing
Mm-mm.
about Aunt Brenda
I
and
know.
the
I
way she,
know. It's terrible. It's terrible. Let me try. I can't remember which call that was. I tried to find it. I made a little thing because she brings it up again. And this time I busted out the crayons. I think it's this last call. I'll find it again after we talk about the teeth. But
okay.
Shiza. I clicked wrong crap. But yeah. I'm really pissed I can't find it. I'll find it. All right. Here we go. Let me look for it while we're
To me, but
listening to this.
then she was trying to slump me away. I'm gonna schedule another visit since she didn't show up for the last one. I think like 12 o'clock. So it's gonna be tomorrow. But I just do not understand. He said you better be there. Stop wasting my time. How am I wasting your time? You're messaging me.
Oh, what? What are you talking about wasting his time?
Mm-hmm.
You're wasting your own time, dude. Wow.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh. So weird.
I love
But I'm just impatient because I'm on the outside. I just don't want
You love what, babe?
because
Me?
we see this all the time with Wade, where like this new Amy, like, oh my God, it's so weird. Like, oh my God, how creepy. Meanwhile, you've done the same thing essentially. Like you're in the same exact position.
Yes. Good
Because I see
point.
that with the Wade wives all the time. Like, oh my God, it's so desperate, like for them to reach out to you and they think that you're in love with them. When they just reached out and that's how their
Right.
relationship started.
How are you being so judgy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's funny. That's a good point.
That's a very good point. Hypocrite ass, new
Yeah.
Amy.
No
Where is
self-awareness.
none? Where is that freaking thing? Because it was just in the last. I got to be honest. Some of these things I've completely blocked out of my brain because they're so, But
Rage clicking. Click, 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 click.
yes.
Oh, coffee. I remember that Megan Fox a Millionaire, and then they took it off the air because the guy like ended up killing, like he was a murderer and stuff. Do you guys remember
Oh,
that?
yes, I do. I remember that. I do remember that.
And Megan came from the Brett Michaels, what is it?
Oh,
Rock of
Rock of
Love.
Love.
Yeah. I used to love those shows. They were
I
so
did too.
entertaining.
You know who I love the most, though? I like The Flavor of Love.
You
Yeah, I
know,
That
like
was
that
my
one too.
favorite. That was my
I
favorite.
loved
And I liked Rock of Love, too.
brain freeze. I loved the episode of America's Next Top Model where they would give them makeovers because it seemed like they just did opposite of whatever they had. And like if you came in with a pixie, you're going down with your hair like long to your butt. If you come in with hair down to your butt, you're going out with, the Rosemary's Child baby
Yes.
haircut. And
Yeah.
they were mean. Going back and watching that stuff now, you're like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, like it was
They have
She was so
ridiculous.
mean.
they have a whole channel on the YouTubes where they feature all of those, like the worst
Yeah.
America's Next Top Model makeovers, and some
Yes.
of them are just like, I'm like,
Yes.
Tyra, now you know you did them girls wrong.
Yes. They did it on
Ooh.
purpose, man.
Just to mess with people. I think I found it, you guys. I think it's in this one. I think it's from May 31st. Oh, so I
Remember,
need to.
they even had the spin-off Daisy of Love. There were so many of those
Oh,
that came.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. In fact, Heather from Rock of Love has a podcast, and her and Daisy were not, because she was from season 1, and Heather was, and Daisy was season 2 and really close to Brett. So he brought her back on for season 2, and her and Daisy had hella beef. And yeah.
I
And then
heard.
they sat and did a podcast together. And then remember when they had the spinoff, the Charm School one, where they put the Rock of Love girls and the
Yes.
Flava Flav girls? Where is this damn
So
call?
good.
I
Then
heard
that
Bret Michaels was bald and that blonde hair is attached to the bandana.
oh
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I heard that when I was like very young, so I wasn't corrupted at that point. Like, so I rely on it.
Oh.
I rely on it.
Well, damn.
Yeah. I was told that at maybe like 10, so it counts.
So I rely on it. It's definitely true.
It's true. So it's true.
So true.
I can't find it, you guys. Damn it. That really
Poor
makes me
Bindi.
mad. The one where I give her the crayons. It's one of the
Oh.
last calls where I give her a box of crayons because I need to explain to her for the millionth time, we're laughing at ain't B, not Tisha being fat.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
All right. So
Let me
here they go. Well,
bullshit it.
just a little bit more.
How are you bullshitting now?
Listen, I haven't said anything to this dude since I told him to leave me alone. Don't message me again. And
Right.
I feel like I'm just like, what he is really gone crazy, telling me to tell my Aunt Brenda to call. What are you talking about? Leave me alone.
Leave me
That's
alone.
Oh my
hilarious.
gosh.
You're nuts. You are nuts.
Yeah.
You want to talk normal and
Bring
then
in
you
your
start
Anna.
talking about then you start talking about some crazy stuff. Stay off the YouTube. You're addicted to YouTuber people. Like that's exactly what you are because you're talking crazy stuff. You keep talking
Why I
about
hate
what's going on in there besides mentally. What do you mean mentally? I'm fine. I'm away from the people in Kansas. It's crazy. So I think I'm okay now. Like, what do you mean?
He doesn't even know you. And I
Here
hate
we
when they
go.
bring up your Aunt Brenda,
Here
too.
we
I mean,
go.
she's an older lady. Leave her alone. Quit bringing her name up. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm going to need you to stop right now, New Amy, okay? Nobody's bringing Aunt Brenda's name up, okay? Aunt Brenda's in on the calls. Aunt Brenda has said some things, New Amy,
It
okay?
simply ain't your place to tell any of us that. Yeah. No.
Right, you are not the look. This is what you can do, New Amy.
No, you shut up! Don't talk to me! Don't talk to me, criminal!
Don't talk to us about it. We don't give a shit. Look, you don't tell me what to do. I don't tell you what to do. I've offered you some very good advice that you clearly are not going to take. So I've washed my hands. I'm done. But you're
Yeah.
not fixing to tell me what to do. Okay? How about that?
Like, you feel like we're so bad to Aunt Brenda anyways. Most of the time we just take up for her because Tisha lies to her and makes her cry and think that Tisha's going through all this shit she's not going
Yeah.
through, constantly bums her for money and stuff like that. She literally uses, that's her pocketbook, that's her purse, that's what she thinks of her, period. And we stand up for her for that. Not that she ain't said some of her own shit that wasn't cool, because we called that out too.
Yeah.
But let's stop bringing up Aunt Brenda.
Yeah. Tell her,
Like,
Spicy
who are
Amy.
you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying not to say cuss words, but so
We're trying to keep it respectful, New Amy, but you pushing our buttons.
yeah.
There goes Spicy Amy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Quit bringing up her name. Nobody's bringing up Aunt B's name. Shut up.
Yeah, bitch, who is you?
It's like,
You just
Right.
got here.
Freaking
Yeah,
crazy.
you're new. Okay? You're telling us how to do things, newbie.
Yeah,
You're still falling for Tisha's bullshit.
exactly.
Who is you?
That's right. How rude.
And they need to leave you alone.
Leave Tisha alone.
It sucks that you can't just block it.
She can
No,
block it, you
She
idiot.
can,
She
yeah.
comes back, so I'm down.
Oh, excuse me. She's lying to you now. New Amy, would you please explain to, or excuse me, Spicy Amy, would you please explain to New Amy how the Getting Out app works and blocking?
Yes. Okay. Tisha's full of shit. And Melissa, just so you know, because you may not know, Tisha in the last calls told New Amy that he was unblocking himself, that she would block this guy and he would unblock himself and be able to message her. It's
No.
not possible. It doesn't work that way. Tisha would have to do that. When somebody blocks you, there ain't shit you can do about it. You can't send him a message. You can't hit unblock. You can't, nothing. They've blocked you. So,
You know why she ain't blocked him, New Amy? Because he was sending her stuff. That's what she cares about. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. She doesn't
Was he
care if they
sending money?
Yes. He
Yeah,
sent
that
her
makes
money
sense.
and he sent her commissary. So at the end of the day, look, that's how Leticia prioritizes. Okay. She doesn't care if he talks crazy to her. And the proof of that is that she hasn't blocked him because he still sends her, because
Yep.
he sent her commissary. So she's willing to let people talk any kind of way to her as long as they send money. You
She
see,
had to
there's where her
tell.
priorities are.
You're 100% right. And she had to tell. She said at one point, he said, "You're wasting my time." And listen, he wouldn't have said that if Tisha isn't talking back to him. Get
Correct.
real.
Correct. I suspect, and I think it would have. I think maybe at some point, maybe Shane will want to bring it out, but I suspect that there are going to be messages between Shane and Tisha where Tisha's talking mad cash shit about New Amy. That's just how it's
Right.
par for the course. That's who Tisha is, and New Amy, your feelings are going to get hurt. You were not built for this. Okay, you're
Have you
invested.
guys ever tried to get the tablet messages?
No,
No. Mm-mm.
that's a good
I'm
idea.
telling
But
you, messages are, in my opinion, so much better than the calls. Like, but to be fair, I say that only have gone through Wade's because there's only so much Wade calls I could listen to. But the messages are very interesting. Like, I think that would be interesting to go into.
that's a good idea,
That
just
is
to
a
see
good
if they
idea.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
Maybe I'll
dramatic
try it
read
and
it
just.
and interpret it the way you want to. I think that would be really good.
Well, I hadn't even thought about it because, like, the Kansas ones, we knew we couldn't even attempt to get. Actually, I think I did do a request there and they wouldn't give anything. Like,
Yeah.
anything, any reports, anything. Right, Jen? Didn't we
Yeah,
try
that's
to?
right. We did.
And then, but now she's in Colorado and maybe they
Yeah,
would.
they might. I think it would be interesting to look into. You guys would do a great job reading them.
It'd be fun to read, yeah.
It
It would be
would.
fun to read. Yeah.
Unless it's just all Tisha and New Amy, because then I'm just gonna be like, how many times can I do that Midwestern accent?
I think you'd be surprised because people, that's just the truth, especially with someone as high profile as her. People, I'm sure, message all the time. And I think we might be surprised with some of the people we may see.
This is true. And
Yeah.
if I were to do that, if
Ooh.
I were to do that, I would only want to do it like I wouldn't want to read all of them out. I would just only want to do like ones that are funny because our
Yeah.
whole reason for not doing the calls anymore is because like after we listen to the victim impact statements from the Idaho 4, this
Yep.
kind of keeps them in the spotlight or whatever. And so we didn't want to be a part of that anymore. But I'm,
Understandable.
there's
Yeah,
something juicy in there. I might do it. I might
Yeah.
read it out.
I had told Melissa about that, and like with the BK stuff and how Steve Gonsalves had said, we want him forgotten or whatever. But like, what if we did it, in a few months, like every once in a while, not like
Yeah. Back to
you know,
back to back thing. Yeah.
because I don't think that would be the same as like the calls back to back to back to back. Like we're constantly kind of doing them or waiting on them. This would be like a break in between. I don't know.
True.
It's something
That's
to think about.
true.
It's a good idea though.
That's
You could
true.
request, see what you get back, because it already takes a minute sometimes and figure it out, decide after.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I'm going to pull up
Yeah.
the next one. Yeah, let's do it.
For sure. Chief said, Allie Erickson, you getting on my nerves with those beautiful
Oh.
pics of your backyard. When I first saw the
Oh my
first part,
God.
I was like, what? What?
She
Chief?
has the most beautiful property.
Thank you, which it's not mine, but I do love living here. But when I first saw the first part, you getting on my nerves, I was like, wait, why you got a problem with me, Chief? What have I done to you?
Oh
Good
my
Lord.
God. All right. Are you ready to hear about the teeth now?
Yes.
All right. Let me share
I'm
this
ready.
one. All right. Hold
All right.
on. Let me close this one. Let me bring this one up. All right.
You're right, Little Red. There's never really closure.
There isn't.
But I do think it's going to be interesting because, Tisha talks like she's a celebrity. She truly believes that. They constantly talk on almost every call about YouTube, and it's going to be interesting. Like, I don't know, not that we'll get to see her reaction, but for her not to be getting talked about, like, how's she going to feel about that then? Like, I don't know.
Well, look,
hope she's
at
pissed.
some point they're gonna unseal those her appellate, because that I know that part of the reason I think it's sealed is because it is a case that deals with minors, and I get that the victim is a minor. I get it, but when it's all said and done, when it's resolved, they're going to unseal the appellate proceedings. They're going to unseal what she's filed. They're going to what her attorney has filed on her behalf and the state's response. We will get to see those appeals, and I have a feeling they're going to be quite interesting, and I don't expect it to take too terribly long for us to be able to see that. By too terribly long, I'm talking about like maybe 2-3 years. Okay. Because she's got to go through the lower courts first, and she can appeal all the way up to the state Supreme Court. I mean, she could certainly also appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court, but they only hear very few cases. That's
Right.
She's not going to get that far. But I would be they're going to it will be available at some point, and that is something I will cover that because that's part of the case.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Little Red said that would go against stopping covering her. But that's the thing. We never said we were going to, we always said any updates with the lawsuits, things
Yep.
like that, we would talk about. We just didn't want to have like constant phone call, constant coverage of her like that. It's different in my opinion. And anyways, yeah, we had always said from the beginning, when an update comes with whatever, we'll discuss it.
Yeah, and when those records are available from her appeals, we will discuss it because I'm very curious what she thinks. What she thinks is. I'm curious what her appeal is based on. And Lil Red, how do you know they're hearing her appeal? I'm not like doubting you. I just want to know how you know. That's all. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm curious too. Yeah.
All right, here we
Ready.
go.
Contact dental because dental told the people here that don't ask nothing. So what are they holding my property for? Surely those orders came in because it's just canteen orders, and canteen orders come every week.
Exactly. It's crazy because it's Kansas. Like, it's like expected by them. They're ridiculous there. The way they treat you is just like pisses me off. It does. I'm just like pissed off that they're holding your property for this long, and now you're dental, and they didn't even have to take out all your teeth, which really pisses me off when I think about that.
Now, what do you guys think? They didn't even have to take out all of your teeth.
I think she's saying like they did, but they didn't have to. So she's mad that they took them all. That's the way it sounds.
That's what it sounds to me too. What do you think, Melissa?
I think that we still know that she has a tooth that's part of her property to this day.
Yeah.
But what are they saying? She has partial dentures?
No, I think she's saying like they took them all whenever they could have saved some. because at other times,
Oh,
yeah, because
Oh,
at
hold
other
on.
times
I said this. Oh, sorry, Allie. Go ahead, babe. Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, what did she say in the last one we listened to? Like she also, they have been alluding, in my opinion, that it's more than just like a partial. But here, because they were talking about her chewing, that's what it was, or she can't eat because it hurts her gums, because she doesn't have teeth there. But they've talked about her dentures. She's waiting
Mm-hmm.
on dentures. Kansas was supposed to have them made. She had all of her teeth pulled, and they did the molds, and it's been months, and they still haven't sent them to her. So she figured she'd get them redone in Colorado. But to me, that's how it sounded. Like, Jen, what did you take from it?
I took that they pulled. I mean, who says they didn't even have to pull your teeth? They didn't have to pull all of your teeth like that, and it pisses me off when I think about it.
Right.
That to me is pretty straightforward. They pulled that bitch's teeth.
She probably had issues on all of her teeth,
Yeah.
sprinkled donut, and
Yeah.
so yeah, because I know in gel they're not going to do like any kind of what do you call it? Like just for looks. Oh my God.
Cosmetic.
Yes, any kind of cosmetic procedures for sure. They're just going to keep you from having infections, like
Mhm.
you know what I mean, and that's it.
They gonna yank them and call it a day.
Will you rewind it again?
Yes, yes, I will. Even
Just
though
let
you
us hear
did
it one
not
more time,
use the magic word, but
please.
I will still rewind it.
Pretty please. But yeah, because I don't know. I do believe her, because why else would she be complaining about getting these dentures over
Right.
and over and over? She's been
hey,
complaining
Yes.
about not
listen,
having them.
she's lucky she's even gotten dentures because there's plenty of people, regular citizens who haven't done what
Correct.
she's done that are in
For real.
horrible pain and they cannot afford to, let alone get their teeth pulled. But if so, get dentures.
Exactly. 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 All right, here we go. Here is it. Here it is.
For shortly, those orders came in because it was just canteen orders, and canteen orders come every week.
Exactly. It's crazy because it's Kansas. Like, it's like expected by them. They're ridiculous there. The way they treat you is just like pisses me off.
Like a criminal.
I'm just like pissed off that they're holding your property for this long, and now you're dental, and they didn't even have to take out all your teeth, which really pisses me off when I think about that.
Oh, I know.
See?
Yeah.
Yep.
They
Oh
took
my
them
gosh.
all.
Now I'm looking to see if that new mugshot's up yet, because they did take a new picture.
Oh, that's right.
Please count the number of circles. Hold on.
All right,
Let's
hold on.
see.
I'm going to search through this call really quick because there's another part I want to play for you guys. Hold on.
Hey, KV.
No, it's
Basic.
still her old picture.
Okay, hold on a second.
Ethnicity American Indian, which I mean she is, but
All right,
she's
now this
42.
42 years old. Wow.
Yeah.
Are y'all ready? Now
Yep.
this is her talking about just basically it's bullshit. Why Kansas again, and why they traded her this. Just wait. Are you ready? Is it on the
Yeah.
stream? Okay. All
Yeah.
right, here we go.
Because I wasn't doing anything. So
Exactly. Now you got to start all over because they made you look crazy.
this is just like starting over like I just got to prison. So it's like I have to start all over. And therefore the points are high. Like I don't care about doing the program. It ain't about doing the program. It's about how are you gonna have the points high like that when what do you mean? How can I still be a risk?
I just need to say that the video is Grizzly's, and I want to give her credit for it. I linked it in the description. I'll link it in the description of this video. But I'm pretty sure the song she used originally is an Epidemic sound, but I wasn't sure. So I had to take out the audio and add my own song. Okay. So the video is Grizzly's, the song is mine. All right. That's all I wanted to say.
she keeps threatening.
Shut!
because I'm new. I'm not new. I was there for 2 years then.
I just wanted to play that part because, new Amy is always like, um, new Amy's always like, you didn't do anything. They just treat you bad for no reason. We don't, they treat you badly because, no, they're strict with Leticia and they keep both eyes on her at all times because she's a risk. Okay. They treated her kindly, much more kindly than she deserved, in my opinion, on her transport from North Carolina back to Colorado. And they even stopped and got her a drink and not just water, And what did she do? Acted a straight fool. So, new Amy, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's why she gets talked to like this. And or that's why she gets watched like she does, because she is a risk. All right,
Yeah.
hold on. I want to show you guys one last thing.
I was gonna ask you, Melissa, are you gonna do any, like, when are you gonna get back to your Tisha coverage? Because I
Yeah.
know you guys were gonna go through the messages, and or did you guys never do that, right? I know she came on, Natasha came on with you maybe once, but you had more or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, I have more to do. I just haven't, like when I have had a chance to go live, it's been Coburger because there's obviously so much going on. But tonight was the first night I deviated from that. So I got to get back to it.
Yeah. I love them too, Crochet and Bammy. But yeah, they're talking in the chat how people sound different, and that is true, but I think some of that develops over time. But like I was saying, there's a girl I watch that's over there. Her name's Sweet Tea, and she's young. She's like 27. She had all of her teeth pulled, and she does not talk any different. Now, there are certain words, but you have to listen really closely. But with Tisha on this tablet, I think it would be different if we could hear her a little more clearly, but it's already
Yep.
so bad.
It's so bad. And she's already like, basically eating the tablet. Like the tablet speaker is like right up, it's got to be at
Yes.
this point, it's in her damn ass mouth at this point, And so, all right. We're going to go out with this. Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Hey, your daddy laughed at me. Yesterday he was talking to me on the phone. You know what he told me?
What?
He said, that girl ain't going lacking for food. He said, when I seen her on television, she gained so much weight I didn't even...
You have 60 seconds remaining.
I actually haven't gained weight. That's why I don't understand why people think that.
You were big. I'm sick.
You hear that, new Amy? This is what we're laughing at. You were big. It's funny. It's funny. Calm down, okay? Nobody's
It's
weight shaming
hilarious.
her. It's hilarious. We're laughing at Aunt B. We ain't laughing at Tisha. Jeez.
Yeah.
It's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard.
She is quite the character. I feel like she would be perfect on one of those lolcow shows, like Aunt Brenda, just talking about her life and random shit. She would be perfect. And then, what are you saying? So, I know where I was from when you got your teeth pulled. Like, I knew people that would get their dentures that day. They would get a trial pair, and then like get another pair later. But like I said, this girl, she said that she has to wait. They wanted her to wait until like it healed. It's probably different depending, but in prison you definitely don't get any they're not going to be like, well,
You're not going to get any training wheel dentures, as it were, like you're not going to get anything temporary.
They're
just
not
don't have
wasting
the
money.
money.
Yeah. Man, it's been a long road, but yeah, it's crazy that we're done with these. I will still be watching. Melissa, your Leticia coverage though is so funny. It is very entertaining. The little videos and stuff that you've made so far, like I still think about her falling in those handcuffs, and yeah, so I will always be interested in watching. You know what I mean, or listening, or keeping up with.
Yeah,
but.
Well, this started with you guys. You guys are the ones who got these originally, and it's just fascinating. And I think that's really truly where it piqued all of our interest. Is it's very fascinating on a psychological level, the same way that you guys were even just talking about how I'm not crazy. I don't have mental health issues. Like, I think that it's those moments that, like, hey,
Yeah.
okay, so you're going, and if they had their reason, not guilty by reason of insanity, you're trying to go for dissociative identity. Your whole defense was based off that. Yet at the same time, that narcissism comes in where it's like, I'm not crazy. Like, I'm not, and you're insulted. Like, that's really what's just so super interesting is the way her brain works. I think it's very unique, yet at the same time, very common on a smaller level of things that I see
Yeah.
a lot in my day to day
Yeah.
life.
What?
And so you're like, yeah, I see on a smaller level the
Okay, smaller
lies.
scale. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
I
okay.
get what you're saying.
Gotcha,
Like with
gotcha.
people, I just was thinking about somebody on YouTube who does some of the stuff she does, like just being very self-absorbed. Some of the qualities you mean, like you see in people that are
I've
around
seen the
you.
girls, many times, like claim to be pregnant when you're not pregnant, stage things for attention, and not like every day. I'm just saying I've seen this before. And
Right.
so it makes you question because when you go back and it's very easy to look hindsight now and be like, hey, there were so many red flags, you become desensitized to it. And I try to apply that to the scenarios I've seen and witnessed and like, okay, would I ever think that this would ever happen? No. But so it makes you wonder, okay, well, what's the difference between Tisha and maybe on a smaller scale what I witness and trying to figure that out, Is it
I
something she's born with? Is it her surroundings? Like, is it a little bit of both? I don't know.
Yeah.
so I think I agree with you, Melissa. I think it's an interesting because physically, okay, most human beings are capable of taking another human being's life. We're physically capable of that, but we don't do it. And and then there are people that walk around all the time that have personality disorders and don't kill. In fact, not all psychopaths are serial killers. It is a trait that is in that psycho killers have, or serial killers have. They're psychopaths, but not all psychopaths turn out to be murderers or even
Mm-hmm.
serial killers. In fact, studies suggest that psychopaths do very well in the business world, running corporations and stuff like that. Oh, you want one last? I will. Callie, this is for you, Callie Lisa. Shut up, Tisha. Um,
Really,
but
though, I don't think I've ever heard
yes,
that before.
look
That's
it up.
interesting.
Look it up. Yeah. It's they're very because they have to be kind of cutthroat in the business world. You can't be worrying about everybody's feelings. You have to make decisions. Do you know what I mean?
That
And
makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. So I think um I think that there is something that is decidedly wrong and disturbing in their thought processes that cause people to cross the line. Like there are people who legitimately, Adelson family, we're all looking at you and others who really the other family from Pike County. Oh God, what is their last names? Wagner's, the Wagner family, who truly believe that there is that the solution to their custody problem is murder. That like that's a valid. They've exhausted they've never tried talking. They've never tried any other. The Wagners didn't even talk about it. Okay, they just executed everybody. The Adelson family, it was a little bit different, but at the end of the day, these people think that a reasonable solution to a problem is murder. And I can never get my brain wrapped around that. Like, especially now, I could see it maybe in the 70s and 80s, right? Where we don't have, and even the early 90s, where we didn't have the things that we have now tracking us 25/8. Okay. How in the actual F does anybody in this day and age think
Yeah.
that they're going to get away with it? That's the
It
thing.
it reminds me of like all these photos that are coming out with Koberger in his apartment, which I'm glad to like bring this up to hear both of you
Yes.
guys what you think about this. But
Okay.
one of the papers that they took a picture of, he's writing about how 97% of these trials end up in a plea deal and stuff like that. Like he was, I don't know, it's crazy to think that he was just like so educated on this stuff, and he still chose to do it. And he knew how hard it would be to get away with, and he knew how hard it would be to fight in a trial and not to do a plea deal and stuff like that. And he chose to do it anyway. Like,
Because
what do you guys think about this
I
stuff
gotta
that
say, Allie, I still think that Brian Koberger always intended to get caught, but not
Not this
after,
soon.
not this soon. I think
Hmm.
he intended to go on to an actual serial killer.
right, to be like a well-known, like a prolific serial killer that
Yes,
everybody knows.
yes.
Um,
I'm telling you,
did
I really think he wanted to be that guy from Copycat. Did you watch that, by the way,
I
MJ?
did. I did
You
that
see
next
what I'm
morning.
saying?
Yeah. Yep. I
his
think Brian really thought, which is crazy, but I think he truly believed he was smart,
Yes.
smarter than everyone else, because that's what even the students, as him being a TA, all describe saying in the investigative reports is he would battle you and he would go to head with you, and the disrespect even to the professor that he was being a TA for, because he truly believed he was smart enough to get away with this. And I don't disagree with Bendy that he was trying to make his mark and he was taking all of these traits and odes to all of the other killers and trying to create his name and his footprint. And he may have planned to get caught eventually, not this soon though, but I think he truly believed he was smart enough to get away with it. And that thumbs up is indicative of that feeling of, yeah, I did it. That's thumbs
Oh
up
my
photo.
gosh,
Yeah.
it's crazy. What do you think? Like his apartment, his cabinets and freezer and all that stuff, it was not that clean. I noticed like there were vegan, like cauliflower pizzas and stuff in the freezer, but his cabinets were not clean really. Like they weren't all organized like I would expect them to be.
Right. I thought I didn't yeah, that I was kind of taken aback by that as well. It kind of reminded me, and I don't want anybody to get in their feels about this. It kind of reminded me about how people describe Shanann Watts's house as being completely immaculate and everything, a place for everything and everything in its place. And then we watched that body cam footage, the one where
Right.
NK damn near knocks Chris Watts through the wall. That's my favorite part. I could watch that part over and over. She just barrels through that front door, knocks his skinny ass right out the way. But when they went into her office and when they went into her closets, how that's not,
Disorganized. Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, it's a little, and it wasn't, she kept a clean home, but there's a difference between somebody who truly has OCD and they need to have a place seriously like that, and then somebody who just likes to keep their house clean.
Right.
Right.
Like I used to be really bad. I used to have my closet arranged, not my husband's side because it was a futile effort. And I had to, over the years, just look away. But I used to have it arranged the way that I learned how to do it when I worked in retail, how you have to have it arranged by color. And then, like you have the capris in the front, and then you go to your
The
jeans
longer
and the
stuff, yeah.
jeans. Yeah. And then you got the tank tops, but the tank tops are arranged by thickness of the strap, and then by color. And I used to be like that, I used to have
My
it like
dad's like
that.
that.
And
My dad's like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's
bad. It's
miserable for you
hard.
though, isn't it?
It
Because
is.
like he gets so stressed out over every little thing that like is like I like my house clean. I want but this it's different when you're like that level of it has to be
It,
perfect in its place. Oh my God, somebody moved this. It was angled this way. Now it's angled that way. Like,
that I can handle. The thing, like I can handle, because I got the chicken nugget, and I had kids too. So I had to, like, some of that had to go away in my brain a little bit. I had to accept it. And like, because like chicken nuggies always moving stuff around, and I love it, you know.
yeah.
But as soon as she leaves, I put everything right back.
Yeah.
I don't freak out or anything, and it doesn't cause me like anxiety or anything like that. But I need to, what I've noticed about myself is that if a cluttered house for me makes my mind more cluttered. And you guys already know how I roll. I mean, you're all familiar with my brand and how I can get a little bit, you know what I mean? And so if the house is like that, it's even worse. So good
Yeah.
I
night,
can't.
Chief.
Yeah.
to rest, you need it clean and like in its place. I know, Melissa,
I
you're like
do.
that too. Like you want everything perfect.
Not
I got a
OCD
question
though,
though.
but I can't go to bed like if there's dishes and like I do dishes as I go.
Me
But
too.
like at the moment I'm done, the first thing I'm doing is washing the dishes
Me too.
because I can't knowing it's in there. But I'm not OCD, like but
Right.
I
No.
like it to be clean.
Right.
Yes. That's how
I
I
don't.
am too. But yeah.
I have
I
the only OCD things that the only true thing about the only true OCD thing I have is that I have to do certain things in threes. For example, like when I make my coffee, I don't actually fill the spoon 3 times with it's not all the way full of sugar, but the spoon needs to go into the sugar and then into the cup 3 times. I stir it 3 times. It's I do a lot of things like that. I touch things 3 times. I do a
oh,
lot of things in
interesting.
threes. Yeah. But
Um,
some of that I think is the ADHD too. So I don't know that
They
if
have a
that's
lot
what
of
I
similar
make,
traits.
I
Yeah.
have, yeah, I have like if that's why I think like when I think about people like Leticia, I don't think it's just one thing. I think that bitch has a cluster of things wrong with her. You know what I
She
mean?
yeah,
has
she definitely does.
personality disorder, yeah.
Mhm.
Melissa, so you're doing Monday like Idaho coverage. Can you give me like
Yes.
a sneak
Give
peek
us
of
a
what you're going
sneak
to talk
peek.
about? Or yeah.
Everybody
Oh,
else
I
cover
Uh,
just
your hold on, Melissa. Everybody else cover yours because only Spicy Amy's gonna get the sneak peek. She said, "Give me a sneak peek." Could you give us
oh,
a
you know
sneak
what I mean. Yes. Can you get? Oh God, I kicked the thing again.
She's taking shit. Let me be quiet and stop joking with her.
I'm sorry. Can you give us a little teaser of what it's going to be? Because like I'm so interested.
Me too, me too.
Oh, I don't know about a teaser. Like, I'm just kind of going with what's been coming out recently, going to go through the photos and then continue because the investigative reports are very interesting, especially the ones, like I said, that are coming out more about Brian now and figuring out his ways and what he was doing and how many reports there were on him. But then now also the photos came out of him as a child, which we
I
heard,
haven't seen
like that
those.
he was overweight and stuff, but I think it contributes to a lot of times when you've grown up and maybe got teased about your weight and
Mhm.
then a sudden drop in weight, that doesn't mean all of a sudden you drop the weight and you have the confidence as if you were never overweight, or whatever you may have struggled with. A lot of times those insecurities are there. And so it's interesting to see because he wasn't a bad looking guy. He's not my type, like he's not a bad looking guy. And to find out that, there were instances where a girl was attracted to him, but he wasn't, he had this very specific idea in mind. And just to compare
Mm.
like what's coming out now about his childhood, and then he's making claims of he's being sexually harassed and he's being
Yeah.
kept up all night and
Mhm.
stuff, and it's like, welcome. He knew, but this goes back to what you were just saying. He knew, he is very educated, he knew what the risks were, he knew the entire process, yet he still did it anyway, which goes
Yeah.
to show he thought he
Mhm.
was smart enough, in my opinion.
I think
Yeah.
so. I think so too. And I think that I don't think he counted on um, having to go in front of a firing squad as an alternative to, punish because as an alternative way of implementing the death penalty. I don't think he counted on that. Um, that's a very different proposition than having the medication administered. Even the gas chamber is different than that. A firing
Yeah.
squad is different. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah. I
And,
mean,
yeah,
yeah.
I think that's what he was scared of. I actually think he was a little scared of that, not the death penalty itself. I think that it was the firing squad. I think that freaked him out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I
I think
just think
so.
it was the idea of the defense telling him, because he made calls to his mom, and then in his phone he has them stored as mother, father, and he would
Oh,
call
Yeah.
them.
Lord.
If mother didn't answer, he'd called father. Father didn't answer, he'd called mother. Text message, why didn't mother answer me? Like that is very. And we heard from Anne that he spoke very formal, but there's a lot of things that seem to be true that Anne stated along the process. But I think it was the realization that an acceptance, his mother would be called up to that stand because he made
Mhm.
those long calls to her, and that she would have to be questioned about what happened on those calls, what transpired on the calls, and there is that chance that she could be charged. And I think that is why Brian
Well,
ultimately,
That's true. That's
they
true.
yeah,
they do say that whenever he was asking if anyone else has been arrested, that like I read
I
in one of the
always thought
articles.
it was about his parents. Yeah.
Yeah, and now they're saying that's what they think it was about. I can't wait. I haven't seen those pictures, but I can't wait for you to talk about it. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I know I'm very interested. Jen is too. I
Oh,
wanted to do
yes.
like what I was looking at because I saw one of the interviews where they listed out like the 20 serial killers he Googled like the day before he was arrested. And I
Yeah.
was telling Jen, like, I didn't even recognize most of them. I really want to look into those people a little bit.
Well,
And
you have to know also, like he studied with Catherine Ramsland, and Catherine Ramsland, is known for, with BTK, and she wants to interview him. And I think if
yeah,
there's any chance of him to sit down and do an interview, it would be with her because they already have that relationship and because she's already well known and in a lot of documentaries and stuff. And
She's
so,
got a new one.
yeah, she has a new one. Yep. But do I think he's gonna share anything specific? I don't think so because I also think it's that control of I get to
Mhm.
keep it. Um, but we'll see.
I kind of wonder if the interview is going to be more about you've interviewed and hung around and studied serial killers and killers just in general. That's
Right.
what you base your whole practice on for the most part. And I snuck right under your radar. I almost think it's going to be like a
But he
nanny
didn't,
nanny,
Bendy, because there's another professor who literally said if we continue to teach him, he is going to grow up and become a
but
criminal
not
himself. And
Catherine Ramslad.
no,
That's the
that
one
is
I think
true.
he
Yeah.
admired. I think he
Yes.
admired her.
Yep.
And I think,
well,
yeah.
she said that. She said she was. I heard somebody one of the interviews she's done. They asked her. It was after his plea deal, and they were like, you know, how do you feel about him like getting out from under your nose or whatever, however you said that? And she
Mhm.
said, I like I never look at any of my students with suspicion. Like, so she kind of like seemed to have the realization, how did this happen too? And it's kind of
Mhm.
scary, but they always know they're taking a chance at maybe teaching somebody all the things they need to know to get away with something rather than
Right.
to,
I mean, that is a risk that you're taking.
yeah.
It is a risk you're taking. Now, just speaking of her new thing,
Documentary.
her new documentary. She's doing it based on a killer called the Candyman, and the Candyman had he had accomplices, and he got a victim to turn into an accomplice. It's actually the accomplice who this documentary is based on. But a few years ago, there was a theory that the Candyman and John Wayne Gacy actually operated and worked, maybe not completely together, but definitely at the same time. They have some similar MOs, and but the Candyman, they want to tie more to a ring. And it's a very, very I want to let you guys know before you get into it, because I don't think that the description really of the documentary is going to do it justice. If you really want to if you really watch it, about the case, because I know what you guys will do. You'll watch the documentary and then you go on the line and you'll look.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
Hold on, I need to look at this really quick. But yeah, so I've only ever known of the one Candyman killer, the only one child killer called the Candyman.
Oh,
Hold
look,
on.
what are you saying? Says there are two
Uh-huh.
different
I know, that's
Candyman.
why I'm looking it up, because I've only ever heard of one person ever um be called that. So I just want to make sure that um
So, one last question about Idaho, because I know there are a ton of reports. Are you guys reading each and every one of them?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
why it
Okay.
takes a
Yeah.
long time with the rate I've been going live. But you need to,
Yeah.
it came this far. Every little tiny piece puts it together, clear a picture. I don't want to just pull out what is good for headlines and stuff. Now I want to go through every single one.
Right. You never know what you might find. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
because his parents owned a candy store. They made candy. And he worked there, and that's but there's a whole the clown. Okay, there's another show called The Clown and the Candy Man, and it's on Apple TV. And basically, I'll tell you what it's about. Oh cripes, it's gonna try to make me. I just want to see. I don't want to watch it. iPhone, stop. I don't appreciate these high pressure sale tactics. But yeah, in the 1970s, thousands of teenage boys were murdered by two serial killers: John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown, and Dean Corll, the Candyman killer. But I want to, bruh. All right, hold on a second. I wish it would let me just see. But the Candyman, yeah, it's just interesting that one of them was in Texas. Yes, I know the Toolbox Killer. Sure do. Yes, it does. Coffee and skeletons. There's a whole it's quite interesting, but I just wanted you guys to be prepared for what you're about, what you're going to get into, what this story is about. And, just so you don't be like, Jesus, Bendy, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why would you recommend that? We don't want to, there's some serial killers we ain't want to know about. So, I just wanted you there. Actually, Kimberly, me and Allie did a live one time about the Toy Box Killer. Sure did. Yeah. Yep. Back in the day. It's been a while.
Very interesting stuff, though.
It
with
is.
everything coming out. And, like Stephen Stearns, there was already so much out. I haven't really seen anything new. I did see, I think his parents are still doing interviews. I need to catch up on some of that. But with Coburger, we didn't know anything. So just being able to get all of it, it's crazy. But yeah, and just like with Tisha, though, and it makes me think of Watts when people started going through the discovery and finding things that really other people didn't notice. I don't know. It'll be cool to see what people find that dig through it like that.
Yeah. Basically how they were connecting the Candyman and John Wayne Gacy as a ring. And I'll leave it like that. Not that they worked together, but that they were connected through a ring of PDF files. But back in those days, like we're talking about the 70s, there wasn't the internet, and it's interesting, and I think worth watching for the fact that it does talk about how they operate, those types of people, because we're all interested in keeping our kids safe. And it doesn't just apply to small children. It goes all the way to kids that are in high school, 15, 16, 17-year-old, 18-year-olds, although legally 18-year-olds is an adult, but you know what I'm saying, and how they operate and how they communicate. And what was interesting about that show to me was how effectively they're able to communicate given the limited resources. It's not like they had cell phones back then. It's not like they had the internet back then. The whole world wasn't connected in the way that we are now. The way that they were able to talk and communicate and trade things with one another is it's disgusting, but it's also fascinating. Right. It just gives you it reminds you where there's a will, there is a way.
Well, and it also reminds you, because I heard, because they monitor, the dark web and stuff. And I was listening to these investigators who said how they see that these, because 90% of a minor girl's TikTok following or Instagram following are 90% grown men, and how they've seen the comments where they're talking on these dark room chat rooms saying they don't even need to go and seeking out the comment anymore because the Instagram moms are just putting it all out there for free. They're talking about it, how everything, and just so lock down that social media, man. Be very careful. Don't, in my opinion, don't be posting publicly, photos of your kids like that.
Yeah, remember what the internet is. The internet is the world. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
letting the world stand and look in your window. How comfortable would you feel with the,
Yeah.
you don't,
Yeah.
it's,
It
yeah,
scares me
it's
because
scary.
I have a little cousin who is on she's starting to TikTok and Instagram, and it's just like
Mhm.
You got to
scary.
be very
It's scary. You
careful.
have to be careful. You have, that's why I wanted the trial of Stephen Stearns, only so that we would learn about his method of grooming, so that we could learn from take
Yeah.
that and learn from it. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
But but we didn't get it, and that's what there are other ways. I'm like even these documentaries that go back to the 70s and talk about, and if these people with the limited resources or the limited connectivity that they had in the 70s were able to trade pictures, videos, all manner of things, right? Then think about what they're capable of doing now, and they don't even have to really. There was a whole thing on YouTube not even long ago talking about all of this. Just like it's you got to be careful with your kids. You really, really do.
Capable of more, but there's more ways to catch them. And did
Yep.
you guys see the Roblox thing? So there was like these YouTubers
Yes.
who were going on there, yeah, and they were like trying to trap the PDF files, and
Mhm.
they did multiple times, and they were making videos and stuff, and Roblox suspended their accounts. Like they don't want the bad press. It's a whole thing. It's
Yep.
scary,
Right.
man.
You have to be really careful, like with the predator. There used to be there probably still is, but there is a community on YouTube called the Predator Poachers, and they used to go after people like that, right? They would go after the PDF files, but what they ended there was like two different types. One of them would go after the PDF files and turn them into the cops. The other part of the other part of the that would be they would just film it and and upload it, right? But they
Right.
never were turning it in to
Oh,
the law enforcement. All they were doing was putting it up on their YouTube channels.
oh
And
hell
that
no.
predator poachers community was calling those people out, like, look, if you're going to do this and you're going to go after these PDF files and all the things, you need to turn it over to law enforcement, otherwise it does no good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna let you guys. Thank you guys for coming up here. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you for
I
having me.
It feels appropriate that the last
I
calls
agree. Yeah.
commentary, that it be the three of us.
Yeah,
You
I
I think
know,
totally agree. And like I said, I want to watch you continue to cover, and we'll cover, like, try to maybe get those. We could even read them together, something. I don't know,
yes,
but
yeah, I think the
something.
messages would be very different and interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we could, if we get them and we do it, we do a fundraiser for Nick Mick.
That was
Cool.
yeah, I love
You
that.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
because something good to come out of it. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
So.
Oh, look, Sprinkle
Thanks.
Dinner says, I so needed this live tonight. Tomorrow would have been my son that I lost 6 years ago,
Aw.
40th birthday. I was really getting into my feels. Thank you, the ward, Alex and Melissa in chat. Thank you for being here,
We
Oh, I'm
love
Sprinkle
you,
so
Dinner.
Sprinkle
glad. We
Donut.
love you, Sprinkled Donut. We're so glad. Listen, if I can just detract or distract just for a little bit, I'm always those kind of comments just absolutely make my day. I love to do that. So
I know, me too, but
I'm sorry you lost your son. I know how hard that
yeah.
had to have been. I'm so sorry. But I'm
Yeah.
glad that we could just distract you for just a little. Do you know what I
Yeah, for
mean?
just a little bit. Yes. Take your mind off of it. And I'm so sorry too. I'm glad that you could be here. I love that though. You're right, Jen, because like you guys help distract me from the tough
Mhm.
things going on in my life. And I know that you guys probably feel the same. And I love that. So I'm glad we can be here for each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
100%.
Monday is
Yes.
Minnie Bendy. Are y'all ready for this? I didn't even tell Allie this. It's Minnie Bendy's birthday on Monday, Allie. Remember, we were just getting her a prom dress not that long ago. She
Yeah.
was
I
just
remember that.
yes.
Oh my
She's
gosh.
going to be 20.
Oh,
Oh,
bless you.
I know. I
Oh,
know. She's like not a teenage. She called me yesterday to
Oh my
ask me,
gosh.
Mom, where can I buy a picnic basket? I said, I don't know, Yogi Bear. I've never bought a post. So I went online for her.
Amazon.
Amazon,
That's
yeah.
what I told her. Go on Amazon. And she's like, no, I need to get it now because it's not going
Yeah.
to be here by the time. And I told her, so I have to, I told her I'd follow up with her tomorrow and find out what she ended up doing. But yeah.
That's so funny. A picnic basket. That's
Yeah.
random.
I know. Well, her boyfriend's going to take her on a picnic. I
Aw.
was like, okay, if you're going to Jellystone, watch out for Yo Gambu.
That's so
Picnic
cute.
basket.
Yeah, she's not a
Yes.
teenager anymore.
She's
That's a big deal.
not. I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, you guys, I'm going to let everybody go. Thank you
Thanks,
all so
guys.
much. Oh, thank you, Melissa, for being here. I'll be over in your chat too when you do the Idaho stuff. You know, I'm fascinated by that.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Good
If
night,
you guys,
guys.
good night, you guys. If you haven't done so already, give your girl a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Melissa and Allie, it's tomorrow, right? You girls are going to do the trial.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
So let me put you guys' links back in the chat. Here's Allie and Melissa's channels. They're going to be doing the Casey Anthony trial tomorrow. So get over there. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Here we go. All right. You're welcome.
Right.
And I need to tell you this from Chicky Nuggy Pot Pie. Like and subscribe. She knows that. Like and subscribe. All right, you guys.
Subscribe, Granny.
Tell them to like and subscribe, Granny. So, all right, you guys. Good night, and I will talk to everybody later. Have a great night. Bye.